The story I'm about to share involves a man who convinced 50 million people he could materialize objects from thin air and be in multiple places at once.
And what's truly fascinating is how many highly educated people, scientists, world leaders, skeptics, became completely convinced of his supernatural abilities.
Let me take you back to 1940 in a small Indian village called Puttaparthi. A 14-year-old boy named Satya Narayana Raju suddenly declares he's the reincarnation of a famous saint. Now, typically, such claims would be dismissed, but something different happened here.
You know what's remarkable about that moment? His family actually tried to have him cured. They thought he was possessed or mentally ill.
Right, but instead of backing down, this teenager doubled down. He started performing what appeared to be impossible feats, materializing objects, quoting ancient texts he'd never studied, demonstrating knowledge he couldn't possibly have had.
So, what made his particular case different from other self proclaimed miracle workers?
Well, for one thing, the scale and consistency of his demonstrations. We're talking about thousands of documented cases spanning over 6 decades. He would produce specific objects that people were thinking about, create artifacts with historical significance, and perform these manifestations in broad daylight, often in front of cameras.
I've watched some of those videos, and they're genuinely perplexing. Even professional magicians have struggled to explain certain aspects of his performances.
Here's one of the most compelling cases. A prominent scientist visited him, mentally focusing on a rare archaeological artifact he'd recently studied. Without any prior discussion, Sai Baba materialized an exact replica, complete with specific markings that weren't public knowledge.
That's the kind of detail that makes you pause and wonder, how could that be staged?
And it wasn't just object manifestation.